days, they like to keep Austin weird. But today, they're going to keep Austin loud. We've got football coming right up. It's time for the coin toss now, presented by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Keller has the ball set how he wants it, and we're just about ready to kick this game off, folks. Excellent kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. So let's see what the offense can do as they come out onto the field. And he's taken down at the 27-yard line. It's 2nd and 8. Ball on their own 27. Three yards there on the option keeper.
And you've got the experience that this safety has. You can read plays very quickly and be in just the right position to make a stop near the line of scrimmage.
Delivers to the halfback on the screen. And they make the stop around the 47-yard line. The screenplay worked that time for a decent pickup.
Yep, you're right. Excellent call to go to the screen to maybe slow down this defensive pass rush a little bit.
From their own 47-yard line, it's first down. With the pass, incomplete.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
They'll bring him down at the 29.
A quarterback's best friend is a receiver he can count on to catch the ball every time he drops back to pass.
From the 29-yard line, first down.
Here we go.
Man open, incomplete.
Number 13 was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
He's taken down at the 27.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
This is the 8th play of this drive. He heaves it to the end zone.
They came up short here trying to pick up the first down, but they still are in field goal range, and they're going to try to come up with 3 points.
They'll call on the field goal unit here for this long field goal attempt. There was some movement on the line.
False start, offense.
Just a mental lapse, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Still fourth down.
Texas could take the lead with this field goal. The kick is up, and he got it. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Sends it sailing downfield. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Jayhawks have got a guy at quarterback that is a true leader. We found that out this week talking to him.
We sure did, Brad. It was interesting this week, and as you and I prepared for this game, finding out that he called a players-only meeting without any of the coaches, just to get this team focused and let them understand what it takes to go on the road and to win this kind of game. And when you have that kind of leadership, you got a real chance to be able to go on the road and win.
That's a gain of 15 on the play. That makes it first and 10.
From their own 40-yard line. First down. Sets up a screen. Tailback's got it. The D sniffs out the screen pass and holds him to a short gain.
Contain, contain, contain. That's the only way you can shut down a guy with 4.2 speed.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 40. He scrambles. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. He's tackled at the 48. They'll get the first down.
He made the correct decision to tuck it and go.
He's going to try and scramble. Brought down at the 47. He scrambled and maybe picked up a yard there. Second down and 9 to go. Ball on the 47. He gets out to about the 45-yard line. Five guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun. Quick throw out to the receiver. He gets hit out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Man, that was such a good job of reading the coverage and knowing where his receivers were. Any coach in the country would be thrilled to see that kind of composure, especially on third down.
Gives it right side. And down he goes at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, I love this offensive coordinator. I've always really appreciated his approach to the game. He's a little bit unorthodox in his approach, and this time he gives the wide receiver a chance to carry the football to pick up a first down.
Inside the 10. Touchdown, Jayhawks. Well-designed play to get the halfback into the end zone.
Hey, for this guy, it doesn't matter how it's drawn up. He can make his own play as he goes along. That was a nice run.
And he adds the extra point. An 8-play, 74-yard drive, and they get it in for 7. So our score, 7-3. Kansas is ready to kick it away. He just drills this one. Makes it out to maybe the 19-yard line. And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game plan. And he's tackled around the 16-yard line.
It's a great play by the defense, but, you know, it really makes you wonder, was there a miscommunication up front by the offensive line? They just seemed to allow the defensive line to get through, and the running back didn't have much of a chance at all.
From their own 16-yard line, second down. The quarterback in the gun, empty backfield, 5 wide receivers in the formation. And he hits him hard at the 26-yard line. The tight end's got it for a first down. Tackle at the 40-yard line. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 40-yard line. Gains his way to midfield.
That'll make it 2nd and inches.
He gets to about the 41-yard line.
They went back to the exact same play they just ran, and judging by the slow reaction on the other side of the ball, it was unexpected.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 41.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90. Check, check. Tiger. Tiger.
Tackled after a decent pickup.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Gains his way to the 26-yard line. From the 26-yard line, it's 1st down. He makes it to the 25-yard line.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
It's the 9th play of the drive.
Ready. Green 90.
And they push him out at the 10-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. 10 yards to the end zone.
Set. 180.
Baxter takes a handoff. Touchdown, Longhorns. Great call by the offensive coordinator.
Big-time play, taking that ball all the way in. Maybe the defense wasn't expecting a run.
Trying to go up by 3. They'll kick the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. A 10-play, 82-yard drive. And they add 7 points to the scoreboard. Sanborn has his kick team lined up, and he is set to kick this one off. He sends this one deep.
Right, this has been a great game to watch. A lot of competitive spirit out there. The offenses seem to be going up and down the field. Back and forth we go. I think the winner will be which defense can make that pivotal stop to secure a victory. Brad, let's see if this offense can maintain the rhythm that they established on that last drive. Not just putting points on the board, but driving the length of the field to be able to eventually put points up. I think that's going to be important for them to try to keep that confidence going here on this drive.
Gaining 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go. Gets to around the 42.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards. 1st down.
Setting up blockers, or running backs got it on the screen. 5, maybe 6 on that screen pass.
It's a well-designed play to the halfback, and it worked at least to get them a medium gain on the play.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. Runs it right. Nice pickup.
Gaining 5 on the play. First down.
Okay, just like that.
Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. Tackle made at the 39.
That's a gain of 8 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Short yardage situation here. It's 2nd down and 1. Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Throws complete, and he's hit right away.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
From the 30-yard line, it's 2nd down. He fights forward to about the 30. We're at play number 9 of this current drive. So at the end of 1 quarter, Texas leads 10-7. Back to the action now here in the 2nd quarter. Quick pass, man open, and he dropped it. They're going to try a long field goal here. Kansas is down 3 and looking to tie it up. He gets it up, and it's long enough, and he just drilled it from long range.
Boy, he had plenty of distance there and pushed it through. Very impressive leg strength.
This one's all even at 10. Keller looks ready to kick this one off. Barron from the 1. Tackle made at the 27-yard line. You always want to go in the locker room with momentum, so as we get closer to halftime, I think we'll see more and more attempts to create big plays. Takes it up the middle for a nice run. So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. And he's taken down around the 35-yard line.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Nice run, and he's brought down. From their own 41-yard line. 1st down. Brooks gets a carry right side. He gets out to about the 42-yard line.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
Let's go! Red 68! Red 68!
They bring him down in the backfield.
Call it a loss of 3 yards on the play. That brings up 3rd and 12.
And once again, they'll come to the line, trying to convert on 3rd down.
Set! Green 90! Green 90!
It is he throws, and it's going to be picked off. Big opening to the 10. He's all the way home. Touchdown.
That was a super play by the defender. Excellent interception and an even better return for the score.
He makes the PAT. They line up to kick this one away. He really got a hold of that kick. He's to the 20. Tackle at the 24. So the offense will come back out onto the field, hoping for a little better result than that last pick six.
This quarterback needs to be a little bit more careful because this defense is excellent on capitalizing off of mistakes.
Play fake. They'll bring him down at the 33-yard line. It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks.
Let's go. Hot 18.
Lost the ball. Fumble. It's picked up. Nice run there as they work the outside.
Personal foul. Flip it. Offense.
They're giving away 3 yards and only making life easier for the guys on the other side of the ball.
First and 10. Ball on the 49. Kansas up 7 points. Caught, and he's hit immediately.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That makes it second and 8.
He makes it out to maybe the 46-yard line. Third down, and they need to get it down to the 39. Quick throw, and he's got his receiver again. He's taken down around the 34-yard line.
First down.
He's scrambling. And they make the stop right around the 18-yard line.
That's a gain of 16 on the play. That makes it first and 10.
We've got a first and 10. Ball on the 18. There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Wilson gets a ball left side. He's tackled at the 17. He's going to try and scramble. They bring the quarterback down. They'll line it up again on third down. They come out in an empty backfield. He lets it go. The defender had his hands on it, but it's incomplete. Both players were very aggressive in going after that ball. This could go either way.
You know, as a defender, anytime you're not going to have a chance to get to the quarterback, one of the things all defensive coaches try to teach their defense is to get your hands up and try to knock the football away. And that time, that's exactly what they did to set up this fourth down.
Kansas is up by a touchdown. Kicks up, and it sails through the uprights. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. From his own goal line, he's to the 20, across the 30, the 50, at the 30, to the 20, the 10. He returns it all the way to score.
Boy, do you see how he allowed that play to develop in front of him? That's a great job of using your vision. And when you combine that with the speed that he has, you've got somebody who can make these kinds of breathtaking plays.
Here's the extra point to get within a field goal. And he converts the extra point. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. Sends it sailing downfield. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just one or two plays.
Got a man, they knocked it loose.
You wonder now if this guy will get alligator arms the next time the ball comes his way. It's been known to happen.
From their own 25-yard line. Second down. Up the middle for a nice gain.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Kansas has a 3-point lead. Quick throw, almost intercepted.
That'll make it 4th and 6.
These special teams have done it before, blocking punts. It looks like they're coming after this one. Oh, excellent punt. Worthy takes it to 28, and he makes it out to about the 47-yard line.
In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions.
Handoff. And they get nice yardage on that run.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
From the 49-yard line. Second down. They run left and he'll lose yardage.
That's a loss of 2 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Got his man. Oh, what a hit.
Good possession there for the defense.
And they're coming after this punter.
Sometimes it's not the huge distance, but precision that you need from your punter. Nicely done.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just one or two plays.
5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun. Little handoff. Nice run to the outside.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Kansas holds a field goal lead. And down he goes, right around the 20. With the pass, incomplete.
Barron back deep to return. And he's taken down at the 47-yard line. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. Nice run there. Texas will take their first time out of the half. And there's 2 minutes remaining in the half. Brooks gets 6 yards on the play. Brought down around the 38-yard line. Short over the middle. And he's tackled around the 31-yard line. They need about 3 yards to get the first here on second down. Throws. Spectacular play, and now it's first and goal.
Well, I tell you, these guys have some skill players who can make things happen. They picked up an enormous amount of real estate on that play.
On the ground, and he won't get back to the line. Second down, goal to go. Ball on the 4.
Here we go. Green 19.
He gets rid of this one.
You know, when you feel pressure like that, the worst thing you want to do is just to throw the ball into coverage. He got away with one right there. He's very fortunate. Next time, he should just throw it away out of bounds.
Finds the tight end for a touchdown.
A good football team has to consistently be able to capitalize when they're in the red zone.
And he hits the PAT. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Excellent kick. Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. They'll spread the field here. Let's see what the defense does with a 5-wide outlook. Caught over the middle. Tackled at about the 29-yard line. Skinner picks up about 4 yards with the catch.
That makes it second and 6.
From their own 29-yard line, it's second down. They come out in a 5-wide set.
Set. Blue 19. Blue 19. Hey, Bruin, Bruin.
Now he tries to buy some time. He keeps it. The Jayhawks will use their first time out of the half. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 38-yard line. Tackle made around the 47-yard line. Jayhawks are going to call their second timeout. Throws in a hurry. The defender had it and then dropped it. The defense really missed a golden opportunity there.
That's what separates a good player from a great player. When you have a chance like that, you need to take advantage of it.
Let's see if the quarterback heaves it up there and one of his guys can come down with it. Throws it deep. Oh, he had the pick and he dropped it. Well, we played a half of football. The Longhorns lead it by 4.
We've played 30 minutes. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. David Pollack and I here in the studio to break down everything that just happened in your game. What a terrific first half. This is everything we anticipated this game being. And we're going to be riveted to this game, I feel like, David, in the second half, anticipating a terrific finish.
It's fun. It's living up to the hype every single time. We can't even turn the channel here. We got it on the big screen, on the big 60-inch. Yes, it's quite nice, by the way, too. The weather's nice and warm. It's beautiful. Got some chips. We're opening them up a little bit. But great game, living up to the hype. It definitely feels like both teams are evenly matched. It feels like it can go either way. It feels like it's going to come down to the wire. And the only thing I hope it doesn't come down to is a kicker. Please don't come down to a kick in the end. Both these teams playing great D, playing great O, physical, pounding on each other, making big plays. Don't come down to a finesse kick by like a soccer player, please.
Just about time to start the second half. What do you think Herbstreit's first point of analysis will be?
I don't know, something to do with quarterback play, I'm sure. We always got to hear that stuff all the time. It's all about the quarterbacks.
Brad and Kurt ready for the second half.
Boy, I hope the second half's as good as the first. Just about set to start the third quarter in a tight one. He just drills this one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. And he is drilled at the 18-yard line.
Loss of 7 yards on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 9.
They find themselves in a hole here after that sack. It's 2nd and long. Throws, and he's right there to knock it away. He's got it with room to run. And he's taken down at the 24-yard line. Barron is back deep to return the punt. He makes it out to maybe the 46-yard line. Both squads are digging in now. Let's see what happens on this next drive. Texas holds a 4-point lead. He's knocked out of bounds at the 49-yard line. We've got a 2nd and 5. Ball on the 49-yard line. Got a man. Watch out here. That's a great tackle. The 39-yard line. Throws incomplete. From the 39-yard line, it's 2nd down. Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go.
The 36-yard line. 3rd down.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. Slings it. They'll bring him down at about the 27-yard line. From the 27-yard line. 1st down. He's taken down at the 28.
You know, it looked to me like he should have made the pitch, but he kept it instead and wound up going backwards.
Texas is up 4. Quick throw out to the receiver. And they make the stop at about the 21. Here's the 8th play of the series.
Let's go!
Anytime you can prevent a third down conversion, you're doing something right. Solid coverage.
They'll call on the field goal unit here. The kick is up, and it is good. Has the ball all teed up, and he's ready to kick this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing. He's tackled at the 22-yard line.
That was just a case of one lineman dominating another and making the play.
Second and 13. Ball on the 22-yard line. Makes it out to about the 30.
Gain of 8 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
He makes it to the 32-yard line.
Gain of 2 on the play. That brings us 4th and 3.
Barron back to return it. Gets to about the 41-yard line. The Jayhawks have really surprised everybody in this football game.
They have not been intimidated at all, which is great to see. The attitude and effort of this team's put them in a position where they got a shot to win this game here in the second half.
It's going to be interesting to see how the action shakes out in this series. Texas is up by a touchdown. He scrambles. And down he goes at the 48. Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Throws this one out to the right. This one is batted away.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
Ready! Red 18! Red 18!
Aaron and out long. Touchdown saving tackle, but it leaves him with a 1st and goal. First down, and they've got their eyes on that goal line. And he's level at the 4-yard line. Let's see if they try to pound it in here. Both teams have their goal line sets on the field. And he hits him hard at the 2.
That makes it 3rd and goal.
The defense backed up into their own end zone. It's 3rd and goal from the 1.
Set! Green in the
Touchdown, Longhorns. And he converts the extra point. A 6-play, 59-yard drive. And it's good for 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
The score now, 34-20. And they can forget about returning this one. There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. Flares it out to the right to the halfback. Brought down around the 37-yard line. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 37-yard line. Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. He's going to try and scramble. Tries to get around the corner. And he's tackled at about the 39-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
The sub package in there defensively in this 5 wide receiver set. He gets it out to about the 47-yard line.
First down.
From the 47-yard line. First down. Daniels picks up about 7 yards on the option keeper.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Man left, man left. Four down. Mike 41, Mike 41. Set.
Neal up the gut. He makes it to the 38-yard line. It's 3rd down, and this offense is about 3 feet away from that first down marker. He's on the run. Tackle at the 35-yard line.
Call it a gain of 3 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Mike 41. Let's go.
They'll knock him down for a loss.
That was just smash-mouth, helmet-to-chin football by the defensive line there. They dominated the point of attack.
And this play is number 8 on the drive. And he carries the ball for a nice gain. Neal gets 6 yards on the carry.
6 yards. 3rd down.
And they'll look to convert here on another 3rd down. He makes it to the 28-yard line. The kick is away. It's long enough. And he just drilled it from long range. Keller is lined up to kick this one off. And he got all of this one. Great kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. The Longhorns now extending their lead, playing really well on both sides of the ball, and whatever the coaches are doing, it's working for them right now.
Brad, I think it's just a combination of a few things. I think they've made the adjustments. They put their team in a position to be able to score points. And I think the players have taken the direction and gone out and executed, and all of a sudden they've got a double-digit lead. It's an outstanding performance so far.
The halfback with a carry. He's pushed out of bounds around the 39-yard line. From their own 39-yard line.
It's first down. Nice run up the middle.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
Passes it, and it's picked off by the safety. Tackle made at the 41. A well-timed interception there.
Well, they're still down by a couple of scores, but the turnover certainly helps their chances. If they score on this drive, they're right back in the game.
From the 41-yard line. First down. Lateral's back, and he tackles him hard at the 42-yard line.
You keep gaining negative yards, and you put yourself in a position of having to make bigger and bigger plays. Puts a lot of pressure on that quarterback.
Pitches back. They bring him down in the backfield.
Defensive coordinator has a lot of confidence in his pass defense if he's releasing a safety to stop the run.
That's the end of 3 quarters of play, and this one's a little tighter than the experts thought. 34-23, Texas. All right, we're just about set to start action here again in the 4th quarter. 5 wide. That's a huge, huge stop here in the 4th quarter. They've got the lead. They're going to get the football back, but there's still a lot of ball left. And it's the offense that takes the field on 4th down. In the shotgun and 5 wideouts. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. And he's taken down at about the 25-yard line.
First down.
Now he tries to buy some time. He dives, and he'll be marked down. Short yardage situation here. It's 2nd down and 1. He gets out to about the 15-yard line.
Gain of 2 on the play. First down.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. Up the middle for a nice gain. And he picked up almost 4 on that halfback delay.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
From the 11-yard line. 2nd down. What a play to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Gain of 11 on the play. That makes it 1st and
10th play of the drive. Touchdown, Kansas!
This is what an offensive lineman hopes for, an opportunity to impose his will on the defense.
So the offense is going to go for 2.
Down. Texas.
And he comes up short on the 2-point conversion. A 9-play, 41-yard drive, but the failed 2-point conversion keeps it a 6-point score. Barrett is deep to receive, and look out, folks. He's looking to run another one back for 6. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Things aren't tied, but they might as well be. It's this drive that could really dictate the tone for the last quarter. They'll go with a counter. He gets out to about the 28-yard line. From their own 28-yard line. 2nd down. Delivers to the halfback on the screen. He steps out around the 32-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
You've got to admire the effort to make sure he got every last foot he needed to pick up the first down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on their own 37. He unloads it. That last catch gives him 100 yards receiving.
You got to love this quarterback-receiver combo. Talking to these guys before the game, they told me they spend about an hour after every practice perfecting the routes. It sure showed.
Fires incomplete.
Great job by the defense at getting after that quarterback. And right now, I think they've got him with some happy feet. He appears to be a bit rattled.
From the 35-yard line. 2nd down. Deep pass to the end zone. Almost intercepted. What a huge break for the offense.
He had his hands all over that ball. He just couldn't bring it in.
Set. Green 90. Green 90. Check. Hammerhead. Hammerhead.
Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go. Fourth down. They'll call on the field goal unit here for this long field goal attempt. It's up, and he splits the uprights. Texas to kick this one off. He just drills this one. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. Tackled after a decent pickup.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
First down.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down. He's taken down at the 44.
Gain of 1
They'll bring him down
Right around the 42-yard line.
a loss on that one as he couldn't get past those big linemen.
You got that right. They sacrificed their bodies in there and stuffed him.
Barron is back awaiting the punt. Brought down at the 30-yard line.
Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game.
Texas holds an 8-point advantage. Little handoff. And they make the stop at the 31.
That's a gain of 1 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 coming up here.
Ball on their own 31. Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
Call a gain of 7 yards. 3rd down.
Check. Stand right.
And they'll get him in the backfield.
Well, give the defense all the credit here. They had that one snuffed out from the start. It could have been an even bigger loss.
Sanborn
Awaits the snap. It's away, and it's a booming punt.
You know what? It might not have been a lot, but they moved the ball forward. Football's not a game won 100 yards at a time. You take what you can get.
You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way.
He fires this one. Incomplete. Almost picked off.
2nd down and 10 to go.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
A little more than 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Nice run there. A nice option play. The tailback gets 6 yards before he's brought down.
It's 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
They come out in a 5-wide set. Throws it in a hurry. He's at the 40, and down he goes.
Around the 37-yard line.
37-yard line. 1st down.
From the 37-yard line. 1st down. Throws it. Watch out. Oh, almost had a pick. Oh, and almost picked off. It's 3rd and long, and at this stage of this game, they probably have to go to the air. Quick throw out to the receiver. And he's shoved out of bounds right around the 16-yard line.
When you can move the ball downfield in big chunks like that, you've got the defense right where you want them.
Here's the 8th play of the series. Just over a minute in the 4th quarter. Brought down at about the 15-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
From the 15-yard line, it's 2nd down. And they get nice yardage on that run. The Jayhawks taking their first time out of the half. This is the 10th play of this drive. They'll spread the field with 5 wide. Fires over the middle. Touchdown. Late in the 4th quarter, and the big question is, in a game this close, who's going to crack first? Big conversion right here. Time is running out, and they need this one to tie it up. And they won't get the 2. A 10-play, 74-yard drive, but they just get 6 points after failing to convert for 2. He's taken down at the 47-yard line. Here we are late in the 4th quarter, and this is what this game has come down to. Every possession's going to count, and this could be the one right here. And he's tackled around the 29-yard line.
You like to see a team having success like this running the football. It can really open up things for the offense.
Under a minute left in the game. And he'll just take a knee here to kill the clock. Jayhawks using their 3rd and last timeout. 2nd down, about 12 yards to go. Ball on the 31. We should just see the quarterback take a knee right here, winding down the rest of this clock. Well, a lot of frustration by that offense, but you've got to give the defense credit for coming up with a stop in this quarter in a game this close. So this one's final. Very well played by both teams today. Texas 37, Kansas 35. That's going to do it for this presentation of NCAA Football 14. For Kirk Herbstreit, this is Brad Nessler saying goodbye.